Hi, I'm Victoria Evans from Crime Culture Media. Did you know there are legal limits to freedom of speech? Defamatory words, slander, and libel are not protected under the First Amendment. Defamation is when you make a false statement of fact about someone. For example, if I said, Casey Anthony murdered her daughter, that would be defamatory because she was acquitted on the legal charge of murder. Sure, she was found guilty of lying to the police about it, but saying things like, Casey Anthony definitely murdered her 2-year-old daughter, still violates defamation laws. If you said that, you could end up being sued into the ground by Casey, who has a long and well-known reputation for burying people. Figuratively, I mean. Just because Casey waited over a month to report her daughter missing, and investigators missed the fact that someone using a password-protected account that Casey used on her family computer to use a browser that Casey used to search the words foolproof suffocation and chloroform, while also logging into MySpace, which her father didn't use, and just because Kaylee's hair was found in the trunk of Casey's car, which also tested positive for chloroform and human decomposition, none of that changes the fact that it's against the law to say things like, Casey Anthony clearly suffocated her daughter after knocking her out with chloroform and then disposed of her body and lied about it, casting guilt on an innocent woman and then her father. Because those aren't provable facts in the eyes of the law, which makes them actionable defamatory statements under the law. It's only okay here because we're explaining that you can't say these things, not trying to relay any kind of hidden fact or truth about the murder of a 2-year-old. Now, if you wanted to, you could say that in your opinion, it seems like the evidence suggests that Casey was responsible, and you don't know what investigators, prosecutors, or the jury were thinking, and that even the judge says he thinks she did it, and that the verdict seems like a miscarriage of justice. Or you could make a joke like, Casey Anthony has announced plans to begin a new career in music, adopting a gangster rap persona, Young Child Killer. Her new album, I'm the One Who Did It, is slated to be released by Death Row Records, now owned by Snoop Dogg, who was also acquitted of murder. Casey told Not Real News that she went with Death Row because she loves Snoop Dogg's lyrical couplet, My little homie baby boo won't make it to C22. You can make that joke because US courts have made it abundantly clear that parody and satire are not defamatory, but you still can't legally say the words. Casey Anthony definitely murdered her 2-year-old daughter. It's not a felony or anything, but as my grandmother used to say, we're not made of money. Because the only thing worse than being sure beyond a reasonable doubt that Casey Anthony murdered her daughter is having to give Casey Anthony millions of dollars because you said she murdered her daughter and a jury found you guilty because a jury found her not guilty. I hope this has been as educational and entertaining as a video on the subject of illegally sanctioned toddler killing can be. Stay safe out there.